Well, now that spring is here, lots of families are eager to get outside once this rain stops.
Yeah, but the rain, the buds, all the stuff, you know what it leads to. Stuffy noses, itchy eyes, sneezing, all of the allergy stuff. It can be a little stressful for families trying to sort out exactly what's going on with springtime allergies. So Dr. Gigi Chawla from Children's Minnesota is here to kind of help families identify these triggers and manage the symptoms. Dr. Gigi, at first, I think a lot of times families don't quite know what's going on.
Well, you know, that is the truth, and especially now during the last couple years where we've had COVID and influenza kind of mixing things up, it can make it very tricky to try to sort out what your child might have. I think the first thing to really remember is that young kids, really under age 3, we don't think of as having allergies. You need plenty of seasons to really prime your immune system to recognize it as foreign and come up with some of those allergy symptoms. So under age 3, you could be pretty more reassured that what you're dealing with is either a cold or COVID or influenza. But some of those, spring allergy symptoms that you're looking for otherwise can be a little bit of an overlap, as far as congestion, runny nose, and things like that.
Right, the sore throat there, I think, is probably the one that's kind of the scariest there. So how do you make that distinction between flu and COVID and allergies and just a cold?
Yeah, well, first of all, hopefully some of those things that you're doing preventatively, like getting a flu shot, getting a COVID vaccine, that can help us really guide us that it isn't those things. But otherwise, with overlap of a lot of those symptoms, you will need testing to really kind of prove that it's not COVID or flu. Usually with COVID or flu, we're going to expect a little bit more of the body symptoms also, maybe some body aches. With influenza, really high fevers. But otherwise, with more of the allergy symptoms, a lot more runny nose and itchy eyes.
All right.
Environmental triggers, we sort of know like some of the budding is part of this, but what are some of the things that we see this time of year that really can set off allergies?
Yeah, I think in Minnesota, our allergy season really, we're blessed that it starts in March and goes all the way through October for the external environmental allergies. So
is that blessed? That's
good. In healthcare, we say it's blessed.
Yeah.
But it really talks, right now you're dealing with mold allergies predominantly. So that's the foliage from the previous season, so thinking about all of those leaves that are down as a source of mold. And then we're going to head into the tree pollens and then the grass pollens, end with just plain grasses, then get to ragweed, and then the mold from the trees and leaves again. So that whole season, really be thinking about oral medications and nasal sprays.
And remembering it doesn't work right away, so you really got to kind of stay on top of it or stay ahead of it.
Exactly. This is your time to really start it up now.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Gigi, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.